So to my knowledge, you usually put your castle or your palace or whatever in the center of the city, so if you're attacked, it's the hardest thing to get to. The Water Tribe's palace being at the back of the city here makes sense since there's only one feasible way to be attacked from. What's cooler though is that the Spirit Oasis is even further back behind the palace, because to the Water Tribe, that's the most important thing of all. So in these back-to-back shots, it shows both Aang's feet being at least close to dragging on the ground, and then his upper half is totally draped over the top of Zuko. So if we're to believe these two shots, Aang's what, 7 feet tall? The Spirit World's so fucking cool. It's weird and foreign, and you're not really sure how stuff works. There's talking monkeys and weird orbs, and the other avatars seem to just be big chillin' there. I love how vague it is right off the start.
The ocean and the moon are ancient spirits. They crossed over from the spirit world to the mortal world very near the beginning.
Roku just says the beginning, which is like, what does that even mean? How was it before? And I love that he doesn't elaborate on it. I don't need to know everything. This shot has always kind of weirded me out. It seems like Roku isn't lit enough for the environment, but at the same time, Aang seems like he's overlit. I'm not sure if this is trying to say something, but I guess it's something I noticed. Okay, I get that detail kind of goes out the window for background stuff sometimes, especially faces, but what the fuck? Yue's face isn't even there!
You're like my sister. Everything always came easy to her. She's a fire-bending prodigy.
Oh, okay.
I've always had to struggle and fight, and that's made me strong. It's made me who I am.
Zuko's actually referencing a line his mom told him when he was younger here.
That's who you are, Zuko. Someone who keeps fighting even though it's hard.
In his scene where he first begrudgingly compares himself to Azula, he himself is referencing a scene where Azula was shown to be far greater than him in all regards his father values. That's a pretty cool moment looking back. What the hell are these? I guess non-firebenders get these little mini catapults so they can fight at range. I guess it's pretty cool that the actual firebenders don't have them on their mounts, so good consistency.
Admiral Choi! Prepare to meet your fate!
As I was saying.
So they're on the control deck here, right? Like overlooking the main deck of the ship. You can add a splash sound effect all you want, Avatar. Han fell onto a steel floor here.
One of them contained a detailed illustration and the words moon and ocean.
These markings Zhao finds can be seen all over the show when it comes to the Water Tribe, like right above the Spirit Oasis and even in the opening of the show.
Yes, I know you fear the spirits, Iroh. I've heard rumors about your journey into the spirit world.
I wonder what version of the spirit world Iroh got to. Did he just detach a spirit from his body like Aang did that one time? Or did he get to see a big dog walking around in the background or whatever? Oh, chill, Aang, it's just a curly tail blue nose. Whoa! That spirit whispering from when Heibai was all fired up his back, but only for a split second right here.
Hello?
Also, there's this fucking grudge noise that happens that's pretty quiet right here. If it was like 25% louder, it would have made this moment 250% scarier.
Are you sure about that?
I like that Ko doesn't get him the first time, so he turns his back and changes his face. Aang doesn't know he can do that, so he gets a second chance at the jump scare, all without missing a beat on the conversation, of course.
Why did he or I try to kill you?
Oh, it was something about stealing the face of someone you loved.
Wait, hold on. Are you Ko the hair stealer as well?
Why should I hold a grudge against you for something in a past life? After all, you're a different person now. You've come to me with a new face.
Holy shit, Ko is cool. This is what I mean, he's so weird and vague and threatening. Like, clearly he has a rule that Roku warned Aang about, but he's playing by it. It's not like, oh well, fuck, the kid's got a good poker face, I'm gonna attack him anyway. He'll play ball. He just straight up helps Aang, doesn't ask for anything in return. Honestly, if you look back at it objectively, Ko's an ally. Ko might have saved the world. And it's super fucking cool because, like, obviously he's a weird centipede demon that steals people's faces, but his motivations are his own, and it's weird and it's not totally clear. Fuck, I don't know, I just think Ko's super cool. This face has a passing resemblance to Zuko's blue spirit mask. Could be that it's based off a real spirit and it got caught up with Ko in the wrong way. Yo, check this out. Looks like Zuko's shoes have cleats on the toes, probably for digging in ice. Who the hell thought to include that in this one single shot? You guys are crazy. Now that I think about it, Ko having a bunch of human faces might be a little weird, right? How did those humans get into the spirit world? Or does Ko cross over from time to time just to steal faces? Man, I want a comic about that. Okay, this shot looks really bad. Come on. I'm pretty sure this is the single time we ever see the Fire Nation using shields. Weird. Okay, so you know the super annoying arguments everyone gets in, like, oh, a bloodbender could just stop your heart or rip you apart, or, oh, an airbender could just stop you from breathing. When it comes to talking about the strongest or best bending type, it's like, Obviously, they can't show anyone doing that, because if you do, then it becomes a norm and your entire series power scaling is irreparably fucked. So you can't do that. Unless you're Paku, apparently, and it's super quick and not focused on. Paku absolutely just freezes 8 people head to toe here and kills them. No one ever talks about that, and thank God. If they made this like a focused on shot, you'd never hear the end of it. Paku emulates a move we've only seen Aang do in the Avatar state, so we know he's got to be pretty sick with it.
This is where I came in. But how do I get back?
Yeah, hold on, I'll just hit you with the classic send a human spirit back to his human body in the physical world beam. Works every time.
Look! That's gotta be Aang!
I think it would have been a lot cooler if Katara and Yue couldn't see Aang here and Sokka was the one that spotted him. We said that people that have been to the spirit world can see spirits in the physical world, since Iroh can. Would have been cool if Sokka got this moment.
Whoa! Here for a rematch?
Trust me, Zuko. It's not gonna be much of a match.
Okay, super tangent here. You guys ever play Pokemon Emerald? And there's that moment in the middle of the ocean where it's Groudon versus Kyogre, and Groudon's got this puny island, but he's still all up like, come fucking get some! I love that moment. This fireball just stops after Zuko gets caught up in the ice? Is that how that works? Alright, Avatar. You can't ask for much more than a shot like this. Well done.
Are you okay?
I feel faint.
I feel it too. The moon spirit is in trouble.
You know the Horcruxes from Harry Potter? Those pieces of Voldemort's soul that he split off to remain immortal? Yeah, that's it. Basically, I'm like that big fucking snake that eats all the good wizards.
Oh, yo, check it out. It's Yagoda from the healing lesson.
I am a legend now. The Fire Nation will for generations tell stories about the great Zhao who darkened the moon. They will call me Zhao the Conqueror, Zhao the Moon Slayer, Zhao the Invincible!
This is how I talk to myself after I put food in the microwave for the correct amount of time.
Don't bother.
Zhao!
Oh, and there goes the staff. Remember when I said that blue spirit moment was my favorite moment of book 1? I might have lied. This moment is so cool.
Whatever you do to that spirit, I'll unleash on you tenfold. Let it go now!
We've never seen Iroh angry, and this is like righteous anger, so it feels so justified. There's also this trope that I love where like, okay, so you see the teacher teaching and imparting wisdom the whole time, right? So much so that you might forget that they're in the teaching role because they're probably pretty nuts themselves. While I'm writing this, the only good example I can really think of off the top of my head is McGonagall in the Harry Potter movies. The whole time she's just some teacher, but then suddenly in one of the scenes she's kicking ass and taking names in that order. And I'm like, hell yeah! It kind of leaves your mind at some point that they could actually be a good asset to a team or a fighter, since they've been in a teaching role so long. You don't really associate them with that role. This scene doesn't quite hit like that for me anymore, since I've seen it so many times, and we actually do get to see Iroh fight a little, but it's still in the same vein. I love that shit. Man, the colors they decided to go with in these final minutes too. Everything's black and white, minus the fire bending and the ocean spirit's water, and one other thing I'll mention in a second. What a cool idea. It just looks cool.
There's no hope now. It's over.
No, it's not over.
Is this the one and only time the Avatar state is triggered like this? We see Aang trigger it through danger, anger, grief, but what is he feeling here? I think this is the only time we've seen a call to action type triggering of the Avatar state. The situation is so grave that it has to be done, and something inside of Aang knows that. I love how Aang just steps into the water and he's just like, you, fish, let's go! And then Twee's just like, yup. What a moment. I don't know if there's another animated show that can make something feel this big in 20-minute episodes. And again, this plays off the whole spirit world being vague and interesting thing. The spirits didn't have any stake in this fight. They were just doing their own thing. Human matters are neither here nor there to them. That is, until you kill the other fish. Then we've got a problem. People have noticed over the years that Koizilla never pulls any water, only pushes it. This is in line with Twee, the fish that represents push. While that's true, my counterpoint is, why would he need to pull? He's just out here to kill, right? He's not gonna do some defensive or fancy pull maneuver. He's out here for blood.
You're alive?
You tried to have me killed!
God, I hope Zuko versus Zhao round 2 is better than round 1. Oh my god.
You're the Blue Spirit, an enemy of the Fire Nation. You freed the Avatar.
He's right.
I've waited this entire season to mention this. Zhao has a signature move, one that no one else uses. He does this block where he knives his hands through fire a bunch of times, kind of the same way that Zhang Zhang has this firewall signature move. I think that's wicked. Hey, this fight actually is better. That other thing that I mentioned that's still in color, Yui's eyes. She's got some of the moon spirit inside her, so that's an awesome detail to include. Swing! Appa's shown to be right behind the Spirit Oasis in this shot, but then he's nowhere to be seen in this next shot. Sick fucking combat rolls, Zuko, you nerd.
I'm tired.
Then you should rest. A man needs his rest.
Iroh repeats a line to Zuko that he said in the first episode.
A man needs his rest.
It's really interesting to see that Zuko takes it a different way this time after what he's been through.
I have a task for you.
Hey Azula, you're looking a little weird right now, aren't you? And for the last time of book 1, thanks to all the patrons out there. The biggest shout out of all time to Fritz Sullivan, who just spent too much money on me. I don't know why he did that, but his dick is huge and his hair is nice. Of course, shout out to my top patrons. Code Canut, Derek Cornwell, DJ Jack, Stu Mutual Aid, Fritz Sullivan, Garmer, Glintlock, Mana, Nicholas Abbott, Parker, Glass, Skylo, Super Snipper, and Tiago Nascimento. If you're seeing this on YouTube right now, the start of book 2 is actually up on Patreon, so if you want to be one episode ahead going forward, you can support me over there and you'll get some bonus extra content as well. I think I'm going to do a book 1 overview video just so I can talk about it all at once and I don't have to jam it in here at the end of a video. So keep your eyes out for that. I've also got an idea for a fun extra video when it comes to book 1 that I'm pretty excited to put together, so that's coming down the pipeline eventually. I just want to say thanks to everyone that has ever taken the time out of their day to listen to a grown man yell about a children's cartoon from over a decade ago. I really didn't think I'd have this kind of audience when I first started out, so it really means a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you for book 2.